Fallout TV show. Talk to me about it.
Yeah, so Amazon is launching a Fallout TV show in April next year. Now, with the recent Last of Us series on HBO, and there's a few other examples now, like video game adaptations into movies and TV shows, is almost a good idea now because you can make something really, really good. So Fallout TV show is the showrunner is Jonathan Nolan, Christopher Nolan's brother, who did Westworld for HBO, and it also has involvement from Todd Howard and Bethesda. And so they dropped a 2.5-minute teaser trailer for the Fallout TV show. And if you're a fan of the Fallout games, if you've played Fallout 4 in particular, the art style will be very, very familiar, especially because the trailer shows Brotherhood of Steel, power armor, like the Vault Tech uniforms, like the blue and yellow. But the trailer also leans into some of the comedy from the series. Like the series has always been a little bit over the top. We got like the giant bugs, you got gore, and also as well, like one of the coolest things is that actor Walter Goggins, he's playing a ghoul in the show. And the ghoul makeup, you see like that shot of him, like without the nose and stuff, actually looks really, really cool.
Yeah, I like that.
And I'm hyped for it. I think it's a really good trailer. Like it sets the tone. I think it captures the Fallout tone really, really well.
I agree. There's some shots in here that I think is very questionable CGI, but overall, pretty impressive. Like
show.
The first, I know, but like the CGI. If this is $1 billion budget, the CGI shouldn't be terrible. You know what I mean? Like this is the same critiques I had about like Amazon's Lord of the Rings show.
Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I think this is different. This wouldn't be anywhere near the same sort of budget, but I think it's also more of a
like the shots of the door
baskets,
within the first 10 seconds, like of that door opening, and then the
vault door.
Yeah, it walks through it. That looks arse. That looks terrible. That looks so bad, and so does the bug where it climbs through the window. That looks like a PS2 bug. But then you've got very impressive shots. Like I think when the helicopter takes off is very good.
The vertibirds, the Brotherhood of Steel.
The Fallout suits, the classic, and the hands when the dog's holding the hands. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, it does. But then it does that shot at 1:19 where it looks like it's from like the PlayStation 3 or something like that, where the blood spurts up onto the thing and it's in this field. Yeah. I don't know. I think the CGI will be off and on this TV show from what I can see from this.
Yeah. Like one of the cool shots for me is like at the 125 where she's with the main character, she's walking through and you see kind of like, it looks like a makeshift shanty town with like a plane, like the front part of a plane. And
that's
kind
good.
of looks like Megaton from Fallout 3, where it's just like people have just created like this little scrap town based on like wreckage. That looks really good. That looks like a real sort of like set.
Yeah.
And the shots of like, the more Western shots of like
him shooting.
The ghoul stuff looks really, really cool. I have
all the gore as well looks pretty decent.
Yeah,
no, I'm excited for it.
The shot of the rad, like the what are the bears called in Fallout?
I don't know. I've hardly played the series. I think I played 3, but I was never really big into it. I'm a Swords and Sandals. I was always Skyrim and Oblivion and all that. I'm not really.
I'm a huge Fallout fan. I can't believe I remember what. Yeah, so like the bear, like the irradiated bear, dragging the guy in the power armor suit. That's really cool. I like that. I like all the fingers. The thing with Fallout is that like it has that sort of 1940s look to everything, where everything's like big and bulky, like all the technology looks like an alternate history from like the 1940s and 50s.
Yeah,
and the show is like sort of like capturing that look from the Fallout 3 and Fallout 4 games, and the tone as well, which is also supposed to be satirical or funny, as well as dramatic and serious. And I think it looks pretty good. And Jonathan Nolan, he did Westworld, but he's also credited on a bunch of Chris Nolan's bigger films as a co-screenwriter. So I have high hopes for it to be fairly well written too.
Well, I hope it's better than the Lord of the Rings TV show because that was upsetting. Prime Amazon really
more like
is
The Boys.
Yeah, it needs to be.
Like more like The Boys, and maybe that's why they said from the studio from The Boys.
Well,
like
I
maybe
know
it's
that
for the
people
same
love
sort
it.
of tone, and perhaps like the success of The Boys has kind of like like Amazon will be like like it's fine if it's like a hard R sort of thing, because the Fallout games are like really bleak and violent. And as well as funny.
Well, it would get boycotted if it wasn't bleak and violent.
If it was like sanitized, if it was kind of like a PG version of Fallout.
Yuck! Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. All right.
So that's pretty cool. That's something else to look forward to.
That's very good.